Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first online bootcamp training. Who is looking forward to learning from 6 sessions of our online bootcamp training? Put a 9 in the chat. Really nice to see. Yeah. And who think that this online bootcamp training will give your business a boost? Give a 6 in the chat. Yeah, it is. The chat is exploding, so really nice to see it. So my name is Marcel van Tiwade, and I'm the sales director at Isagenix. And it is so good to see so many people on this call. I see people from Netherlands, from Belgium, from the UK. I see people from Sweden. So let's go a little bit further. I see people from Germany, of course. Yeah, it's really to see so many people on this call is really very, very good. So today we have our first online bootcamp training out of 6 sessions. And all these calls will be done at Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock UK time, and that is 8 o'clock Central Europe time. So, and we have great subjects. I really think you will go crazy after these 6 weeks, because this training will help you to grow your business. Today we are talking about prospecting, and next week we will talk about closing and handling objections. So important how we know we have to learn how to close calls and to handle with objections. What I think everyone for you will get questions about it. The price is too expensive, pyramid system. So we will learn how to answer all these questions. Then also important, get team members started in the right way. Extremely important that we start people in the right way so that we get second, third order, because that's also good for your team builder bonus. Then inviting to events. Amazing, because we get so many in-person events this year, also online. So it is good to know how are we going to invite, can I go and invite these people. Extremely important. Then also growing the chart, upsell, get more products in the chart so you can earn a little bit more. So, and then the last one is going from consultant to manager, the first steps of our compensation plan, so important, and then going to the 5 cycle bonus. So all in all, very important subjects which help to grow your business. And the good thing about this training that we have asked some of our amazing leaders to give this training. And this training will contain unique and well-curated techniques that will allow you to level up and grow your business. Who is excited about that? Put a 3 in the chat. Oh my God, so everyone really likes. I am also looking really forward to it. So, and of course, it is important that you play 100%. Have your pen ready to make notes. Have your phone ready to make pictures from the slides. And if you have questions, you always can put it in the chat, but we always will finish with a Q&A. So, are you ready? So then it's a great pleasure for me to introduce you to an amazing couple. They started in 2021 without any experience of network marketing. They were prospected at an airport in Spain by Kelly Velez. And at that moment, both had a full-time job. And now, 2.5 years later, they are doing full-time Isagenix. They built an incredible team, and now they are one of our top leaders in Europe. And also, they are top 100 income earners last year. So how good is that? And the motivation why they started with Isagenix was they want to support their parents financially, what is possible now, and they are building an amazing team all over the world. So let's welcome an amazing couple from Belgium, Ilse and Tim. Are you there?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
So much. Thank you for being here, like with so many people. Like, if it's possible, please put your video on so we can see your beautiful faces. Thank you. And maybe to start, like, just put in the chat, like, what are you most grateful for today?
Can be little things, but the little things are mostly the most important things. So put something in the chat you're grateful for.
I see really beautiful things. Oh, so good to see. Okay, so we're the first one to start, and we're starting with prospecting. Are you all seeing our slides? Is this okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So what are we going to do today? It's a little summary over here. So we're going to start with the hot market. So if you're really, really new over here, or you have new business partners starting up, it's really important to have like a little system in place you can use like every time, and do it with the same system every time. So that's how we start. Also with referrals, if people say no, people say no. So you can ask for referrals. We do the cold market and attraction marketing. And there are also little to-dos in between. So that will be fun to see. Okay, let's start. So if you're starting, and if you're who's brand new over here, put a 5 in the chat if you're like brand new, like less than 1 month in the business. Okay. Okay, and maybe put a 6 in the chat if you just started someone new up, like a business partner, in the last month. Put a 6 in the chat if you did. Okay, so important. So to start, it's so important that the person you by yourself, or the person you're starting up and helping with, is that person becomes as soon as possible a crystal consultant. So how we always do, we always work in the same system, and you can find it on the oureasytraining.com. It's a website that Zach and Eden Slobin created, and some people will have this link, some people won't, so you can use it. It's there to help you. So if you're using this website, what you see, the first step is that if you're brand new or you're helping a brand new partner, let them make a list of the people they're thinking about, like right now, like the close friends, the close families, because that will be the list they will start with, working with. So what I always say is like, don't expect too much from these people. Your families and your friends are not going to make you rich, but they are there to take in your skin. So they are there to learn the skills. So you can practice with them because you know them the best, and you can learn the skills while having conversations with them, and then preparing yourself going to the cold market. So that's especially the goal with starting with those people. And for example, what you can say is like, hey, I'm about to start or just started a new marine collagen, using a new marine collagen. We have amazing results. I think you would love it. Are you open to have some more info about it?
And a really important one here is that you end with an open question, because otherwise people will just think it's like information you're sending them. So always from a standpoint or from an intention, always end with an open question. So people don't just answer like yes or no. So never make like questions with yes or no as an answer, always with an open question so people can fill in the blanks for themselves. So you can have a great plan, you can have great mentors, you can have all the presentations, the trainings, but the most important thing you have to do is like get in action, because in the beginning it's all new, so you have a little self-doubt. So if you take action, that kills all the self-doubt. So just take action, get the train moving, so you get some confidence, some interactions going. So that's very important. So the intention is, because people always say like, oh, do I have to do 5 or 10 or 20? It's like, do as many as you can, because you will just get the train going and have like genuine conversations. Because now after almost 2.5 years, people are responding to messages we sent out 2 years ago. So it just get the train going, and some people will answer fast, some will go slower. Everyone is in a different season, so that's perfectly normal. And the most important thing you have to do, and that's really important, is like, don't be attached to the outcome. Because if we do our prospecting in our business, the one thing we focus on, and I said it last Saturday on our team training, is like, we do the prospecting. The sale or the follow-up is afterwards. So the only thing we focus on in the present when we do our prospecting is sending out the messages or starting conversations. And that's the only thing we do. And what we see in our business with our business partners is like, you can feel the energy of the people in our business if they talk to like 2 people or 200 people. Because when you talk to 2 people, you're so attached to the outcome and you're a little bit greedy. If you speak to 200 people or more, you don't really, you care, but you don't worry. Because what I always say is like, caring comes from the heart and like worrying is from the mind. So talk to a lot of people and you will feel a lot of more like healthy energy, because you can come from a place of abundance and not from a place of lack. So that's very important. And we always say like, faster is easy. Like Michael says it in the beginning when we started, it's like, just go fast. It's way faster and it's so easier. And what I always think is like, I don't know if you guys resonate, but 99% is like hard. But if you commit and you make the decision 100%, it's easy. Just get a train going. So that's really important.
And we have for you guys like a pro tip. We learned it from mentors we were coached by. So if there's someone in your close family or close friends environment and you have something like, oh, I don't dare to ask them, and you're really, really scared to ask them, this is a pro tip. So what you can say, it's just an example. You can make it by your own. You can say like, hey, how you doing? This is an example from the 30-day reset. You can say like, hey, I just started a 30-day reset. And no, it may not be for you. And this is so important. You add in the sentence, like, I know it may not be for you. Like you're saying like, hey, I have a question. It's not something for you, but I need a referral. And by saying this, so you're completing the sentence with, but do you know people who would benefit from having a better health, more energy, better sleep? So what you're doing with this sentence, you're disqualifying them for being a customer, or you can also make like a sentence about it, like, for example, a business standpoint. For example, you can say like, hey, I just started my new online business in the health and wellness industry. I know it may not be something for you, but do you know somebody who is looking for an extra stream of income? So you can do it on a product standpoint or business standpoint. So you can make whatever you want, but like with that, you're disqualifying them as a business partner or as a product user. And it's so strong because we did it and people were like, hey, I'm interested too. I'm not giving you referrals. I'm interested. So if you're so scared to ask someone, this is something you can use and it helps because they're like, hey, and what's with me? What's going on with me? Why you're not asking me, you know? Okay, so first, it's so important to have like your first 2 customers to get you to Crystal Consultant and have you being paid in like every stream of income within Isagenix. But then it's so important. So we have you share, and then it's so important to go to the they share because like you want leverage in your business. You want business partners. So you can go on the oreasytraining.com website and you see the next steps. And what we always do is like, hey, we say, okay, now you have the Crystal Consultant ranking. Your next step is to find your 2 first business partners. So you're finding your 2 first consultants. So first they have to make a list of, for example, 10 character traits that they would like to work with together, because it's our own online business and we choose with who we're working with and if we feel comfortable with them or no. And if they have the good energy, we're working with them. If not, it's fine too. We choose whoever we want to work with. So it's your online business. And then also make a list of 15 to 20 people you're now thinking about who would benefit or who would be the perfect fit to be in your executive team. And with that, you're helping them with making a roadmap to executive. So like everyone needs then consultants, 5 on your left, 5 on your right, to build to executive. So you're helping them with thinking about the executive team. And then also action. So you message them, and it's like I just said, but like without disqualifying them. Like, hey, I'm reaching out because I made the decision to diversify my income, building an online income. It may be something for you or no, but is it something you would be open to have some more info about? So always, again, end with the open question like, are you open to have some more information? Don't just send information without people saying, yeah, hey, I'm interested, or like, don't make the messages too long. That's what we did in the beginning. It was too long. Make it short and trigger something for people so they're and end with an open question so they can answer you back, and you can have like genuine conversations and like feel what they need in their life.
And when people said no, like who gets no's in their business, like type it in the chat, who gets no's?
Type 8. Yes.
Yeah,
Everyone gets no's.
Okay. So Michael always says like we're in the referral business. So if someone is like, oh, it's not for me, just like be genuine, be like, no worries at all. But do you know anyone who can benefit from a healthier lifestyle, multiple streams of income? It's just going behind, like, because it's never like, who do we know, but who do they know? And that's so powerful because you see it in every organization, like it's the organization in the whole. It's not just your one PT that builds your business. It's the whole organization and the culture you're creating. So it doesn't, because Isogenics is so generous with the team builder bonus. It doesn't even matter if it's on your one PT or two PT. Like it's such a great tool to build your business in depth. So what we saw is like our business exploded if we like focused on building our organization and not just enrolling people all the time. So that's a big one. And then you can go to a message from like, hey, let's say, Jen, I got your name from Michael. We were having a conversation regarding a healthier life and multiple streams of income. And Jen told me you could possibly benefit from it. Are you open to having some more information about it? So you always, again, end with an open question. It's so important.
I would also like saying from, hey, I got your name from the people the person you're contacting, you're giving them a trust with saying the person they know. So with mentioning the older person's name, you're getting again trust since from the beginning without even knowing the person. So that's the goal with doing this. Like, hey, I got your name from, because you asked for a referral.
This is what we always do with our team. We always say like, get your 20 no's a day. Because what I feel is a great book that explains all of it is The 4 Agreements from Don Miguel Ruiz. And he always says like, don't take it personal, you know. When we were at our team training Saturday, the waiter was asking like, do you want dessert? And some of our people at our table said no. And it's not that he goes to the back and is crying about the nose he had. So it's just, what I think is network marketing and Isogenics in particular is just a great vehicle to develop your emotional maturity, because the journey is so important, because like your paycheck it's all depending on the person you are becoming. So who are you when like there's lows in your business, when things are getting difficult? Which character are you building on that way? It's so important, because what we saw is like people were getting really fast results, but they don't build the identity they have to. So when things are slowing down or things are changing, it's so important to create a habit of like maturing and getting around your emotions, like looking inside. So it's so important to build your business, but also build yourself, because your project, your biggest project is yourself. Just know that it's so important while your business is growing, your identity, the same bridges has to be built, because otherwise there will be a huge gap and your business will not flourish as it should be. And type in the chat who is familiar with the quote, you become the person with the 5 persons you spend the most time with. Who knows that? Okay. What we see sometimes is people forget that they are one of the 5. So you can have the best people around you, but it's much more important like how you speak to yourself. If no one is looking, how do you speak to yourself? Are you handling yourself? How do you create your identity? It's so important. Like, build yourself. It's like we are really in the people building business. We share products and we share a compensation plan, but we build people. That's so important. Like, invest in your people. It's so important.
Beautiful. Okay, then we're ready for the cold market, because your hot market is like done. In the beginning, we didn't have a big hot market. So like, I think after 2 weeks, we immediately started on the cold market. And we learned a lot during this. So what is helping us a lot is what we're teaching you right now, guys. So we took like a few, the most important things that are working the best for us. So that's what we're giving to you. So for example, chasing likes and comments. So everyone is posting every day, I hope, because that's one of the most important things to attraction marketing. But like, every post you make, every person that is liking your post or giving a comment on your post, you can reach out to them, because it's like literally a heartbeat from a person that is saying, hey, I need help, or hey, I want information. But we are like so used to only receive that we're not seeing that. So what's working so good for us, like if we post something and people are liking things on our posts, like we're reaching out to them like, hey, thank you, for example, for liking the post about the Tango and its benefits. Would you be open to receiving some more information about it? And almost every time everyone says, yeah, I want some more information.
What we created with our public is like, some people are just liking our post because they know they will come into a conversation with us. So it's really like, what's the intention of your post? And a lot of people are not even following up like the likes. It's like people are literally saying like, I'm interested, or I like the way you look, or like the way you talk. So get in a conversation with them. It's so easy.
And then what we are doing since the beginning, and what we're teaching our team and our team is doing, is find add message. So what does it mean? So for example, what the goal is to add at least 5 new people a day. It doesn't mind if you're doing it part-time, full-time. This is the minimum you have to do. Add at least 5 new people a day. Where can you find those people? For example, on Facebook, on Instagram, you have like suggestion friends. Suggestion friends. So you can just add them. It's important you find them, you add them, and you message them. So that's where find that message stands for. So we are more of the direct question. We are like, okay, action, no time to lose. We just ask the direct question. Some people love more the indirect question. That's why we added them both. So for example, the direct question could be like, hey, I saw we are mutual friends with blah, blah, blah. Hey, I saw you are mutual friends. I was wondering if you already heard about a Korean skincare line, Celetoi.
Because for us, it's like with direct question, it's such a great indicator on how open people are. Because if people are like, oh, I don't know you, probably it's not like ideal to build a business with them, because they're not really open-minded. If people are like, oh, It's so brave of you that I don't even know you. You send me messages. We're like, okay, we can build something. So it's a great indicator on like how people view strange things or different things than normal, if you can say normal.
But if you want to do like indirect, it's great too. Like if you want to spend more time on it, you can say like, hey, I saw we're mutual friends. That's why I added you as a friend, and I wanted to say hello to build a connection with you. So please don't just add people and don't say something to them. That's strange. It's not strange to send a message, but it's strange to just add people and don't say nothing. That's strange. What also is a possibility that you can do is that you're going into public groups on Facebook. So if you're looking for public groups on Facebook, or groups on Facebook, you can see if they're public or not. So it's important that they're public. And let's say what you just have to think about for a minute is like, okay, what's my interests? Like, for example, we love to travel a lot. We have a Pomeranian dog. So I would say, like, for example, if I go into a public group from the Pomeranians, like there are a lot, and what I can say is, for example, hey, I saw your post about your dog and the groom Pomeranian love. For example, I wanted to tell you how beautiful your dog is. What's the name of your dog? So with that, you can just start a conversation. So these are some examples of like indirect questions. You're just starting conversations. And then like after a few times speaking to each other, you can have it about like the product or the business. So that's up to you if you want to have like direct questions or indirect.
So also in the cold market, so people you don't know, you can go on big pages or big influence pages. I see Chansu, she could be like branding or Dubai. It's like just the better you know who you are, the more like natural it flows. So you can we could be on a traveler's page and then we could say like, we go to Morocco. What's the best city to go, Marrakesh or Agadir? It's like people love to give their opinion, and it's so easy because people naturally love to give their opinion. So you can just go on there. We made a couple others. XXL Nutrition is a big brand in the Netherlands. And then for a collagen standpoint, it could be Miss World. And then you do the same.
What you can do, for example, on the page of Miss World, I just say something like, you can name every page you're thinking about. For example, if you go on the page of Miss World, you know people who are engaging on that page, they are interested in beauty. They are interested especially in looking good and healthy lifestyle. So you know if you are sure of what's your avatar. So that's why I'm asking like, do you really know who your avatar is? So that's so important. You make really, really clear for yourself, like, what's my ideal customer and my ideal business partner look like? What's the gender? What's the age? What are their value? What are their hobbies? So if that's really clear for you, you can have a look at some pages. And for example, Miss World, people who are engaging, women who are engaging on that page, you can send them direct messages like, hey, I saw you engaging on Miss World's page. You must be really up to into beauty. Have you already heard of collagen elixir? You can send them a direct question, like just propose them the product and see what's happening. And because a lot of people ask us always like, how do you guys work with a lot of professionals? So our vision since the beginning was like, okay, we wanted to quit our full-time jobs. So we had to build leverage and we had to work together with business partners because business partners build your leverage. So we started immediately talking to professionals that were like gym owners, personal trainers, beauty professionals, hair salons, nail technicians, and just keep it simple with sending them a message. Like what we did in the first year, it was like this message too long. So we had a lot of professionals not answering us because it was just too long and they were not interested in reading a too long message. So for example, if you're looking for a beauty professional to work with, you can just send them, hey, love your page, love your work. Just curious if you're already using a marine collagen in your salon. Just open the question. And what we see with using this type of question, like we get so many more interaction, feedback. And a pro tip that we're giving you is like, if you're sending them a message, don't forget to, like, for example, on their feed, on their page, leave a comment on one of their pictures with, hey, I just sent you a private message. Because what we saw, and we did it for a long time, we were sending private messages, but people weren't seeing the messages. So if you leaving a comment with, hey, I just sent you a DM, they're going directly into their DM, and if they're interested in open, they will answer you. But it's not like the chance that they don't read it is getting less and less.
But you see, you can mess up big time in the beginning and it doesn't even matter, you know? People think like, oh, I have to have the perfect script, the perfect this, that. You have to go through it all to learn your team. So if you blow it up, it's okay. Your team is taken care of and you can give them some feedback about what you messed up. So how we came into the business was through offline prospecting. So we met Kelly, as Marcel said, and it was pure magic what she did, because we didn't even know what she was doing, but it worked really well. So what she did was, it's a kind of structure and it's a technique called the past, present, future. And what she did was like, we stepped into a vehicle together and she was just really interested. And people, you know, a lot of people are just on their own, caring about their own. So if you will be the guy or the girl or the man or the woman who ask genuine questions to people, people will love to connect with you, because it's so rare these days. So what you can do is like, how long are you working here? So it's like from a past, like from your history, and then people will say something, and then naturally you can ask like, do you like it? And a lot of people say like no, or I don't know. So they will start reflecting, and it's so rare that people ask these kind of questions that people will reflect. And then in the future, a question like that could be like, do you think you will be doing this in 10 years? And then people will really feel like, oof, okay, that's something to think about. And then the best thing you can do is create urgency. And what you do then is just get their phone number, and in the best case, just try to get their Instagram or their Facebook, because you can see a lot of how people, their life is on social media. So it's better to have their social media and just leave. What Kelly did amazingly was like, she was like, we're both on vacation. It's not the time to talk about business, but we can connect back when you're back in Belgium. So Ilse followed Kelly up already because she was so triggered. So it really works. Like, our life was good, but what I see now is like the greatest danger about a life is like having a good life, because you don't know what a great life is. So our life was okay, but it's always great to have like people asking questions. So this works really good.
Now it's much, much better.
Yep.
Okay, now it's time for some action. And you guys are hopefully going to do this, what I did last year when we followed the training on social media. So what we're going to do is like, you take a selfie with this finger. It's not the middle finger, but it's your ring finger.
Yep.
So what the goal is with this, you're making a selfie with this, and when you're posting this, and what you can post is like, hey, I'm curious, if you could travel to one place in the world, all expenses paid, which place would it be? The goal with this is that people stop scrolling, because people will think this is your middle finger, and people will have an opinion. And then they're reading your sentence and your question, and then you get interaction on your picture, and then your algorithm gets boosted, and so on and so on and so on. So that's
a thing you can do. So guys, really don't sabotage yourself in this. Like, I was also the guy 2.5 years ago, like, oh, that's not for me. I'm not gonna do that, blah, blah, blah. Guys, really, this works.
You see, I had like 71 people liking this post. It was only on Instagram. I did it on Instagram and Facebook. So people will like it, and then you get comments also. So you can do it on Facebook and Instagram, and you will have people talk to you. And also with the question like all travel expenses paid, you can link it to Isogenic. So the people who are answering your question, you can go into the private message and start talking with them. And you can start asking questions like, hey, why do you think it will work, like going to that place, all expenses paid someday for you? And they will say, like, for example, no. Then you can say like, hey, I'm working with a company. You can earn all expenses traveling. So that's the main goal within this, that you post it, you stop the scrolling, social media gets boost, and then you start the conversation. Okay, so you have like 5 minutes, Marcel. DJ Marcel will put some music on in the meantime.
Yeah, I will do that. So
Thanks.
let's do very short.
Mm.
Als beste, wij hebben de infosessie gevolgd op stap naar het secundair onderwijs. Het was leerzaam op vlak van het inhoudelijke, maar ik ben op mijn nummer.
Who was talking? Oké, zullen we nog 1 minuutje doen, Ilse Tim?
1 minute? Okay. And Cindy, it doesn't mind. It doesn't matter. Like, just do it without thinking with the mind. Okay, perfect. I'm so curious to see, like, after this training, to see like all the posts on Instagram and Facebook.
And like it doesn't, like the result, it doesn't matter at all, guys, because people will have their opinion regardlessly. So if it's good in their opinion or not, it doesn't matter, just to get like conversations going.
We're almost there, like only 2 slides. So we're almost done. to end, like, I would say attraction marketing.
A lot of people are like, really, if you send out all those messages, but sometimes when people do a checking call with our team, like we see that they didn't post in like 2 or 3 weeks, and then we're like, you really have to build in trust, and people have to see you all the time because they will buy from people they trust. So it's like if you have a physical store, if you don't open your shop 2 or 3 weeks, people think you're closed, so they go somewhere else. So it's like consistency wins the game all the time. And this is a really important thing. What we have to learn is like build a business that is really in alignment with who you are. Because if you're looking for community and you're leading from the heart and you're posting about you want to build a community, and in your post you're creating chaos and you're polarizing things, it has to be in alignment, guys, offline and online. So be sure that you're the same person offline that you're saying that you are online. That's a really important thing because people smell it from kilometers or miles away if you're not in alignment with who you say you are. So that's a really big part. Like, speak your truth. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. Just speak your truth. That's really important.
And then something about maybe your brand, and that's an exercise you can do like after this training. Like, so what we see is like some people of our team are like, what do I have to post? I don't know what to post. So just maybe make a picture of this slide and you can work with it afterwards, after the training. Like, okay, what are your interests and what are your passions? And who is your target audience? So what I said like a few minutes ago, like, who is your ideal business partner, or who is your ideal customer? So who's your avatar? That has to be really, really clear, because when you're posting, you're having your avatar in your mind and you're posting for your avatar. And that's what Tim is saying, like, it has to be all in alignment with who you are and who you're posting for and who do you want to help. For example, we have Morgana on our team, and she's really, really clear about that. She's helping moms, staying-home moms, building an extra stream of income or building an income from home to be more with the children. So that's very, very clear. You see it on her page. You see it on how she talks, on how she is. So that's a big example of knowing who you're talking to and knowing who you are.
And if it's unclear for you, that's also okay. It takes time to find yourself and make in alignment choices. So look into some mentors who can help you, who have been through, because we're all following each other, people are some steps before or behind, and that's all okay. If it's unclear, it's okay. Have some grace for yourself and take it step by step and day by day.
And so an exercise to maybe think about your brand and to make it more clear on your page is like, write down, for example, your top 10 interests. Like, is it travel? Is it your children? Is it family? I don't know. So if you have written down the top 10, you just take out the 4 most important things, and like that you can start working around it. If you're looking on our page, it's like, it's business. We put a lifestyle that we created thanks to Isogenics and thanks to network marketing so in people's face, because we're promoting the business. We're promoting like, hey, this is possible with Isogenics. It's changing people's lives, and not only our lives, but also people from our team's lives. So you can see that. You can see we travel a lot. So make sure you're making your own brand and make a beautiful flow within that, and it will change.
It's an evolution, it's the same as you as a person, as a being. You're not looking for perfection. It will transform and evaluate just as you are. So in the beginning, like, people will laugh about it, blah, blah. It doesn't just be who you are in that moment, and that's enough. Everyone who says that you're not enough, you're not made for this. I'm here to tell you it's a lie. It's a lie. Don't believe it. Just be here one day at a time. It's so important to give yourself space and take it day by day.
So with that, we have some time for Q&A, I think, Marcel.
Absolutely. So let's see. Maybe close otherwise the PowerPoint so that we can
Okay,
see
I will close.
all the photos, because this one I know I come later on that. So close the PowerPoint, close share. Now we see you. That's also good. Let's go to gallery. So are the people who have questions for this amazing couple? No, I see only thank you. So there's no question. So that means that you was very clear. So, okay, then another question to you. What is your takeaway from this training? I will tell you mine, what I really liked from, because I like that. So we are more of the direct questions. That is what they are doing. And that is also what I like. So put in the chat what is your takeaway from this training. Let's see if people will say, yeah, thank you. That's, of course, that is a good takeaway of this training. Be yourself, get your 20 no's a day, online and offline, best present, talk with 30 instead of 300 instead of 3 people, always be you, fantastic training, suit your avatar. So all in all, very good. So really nice. So, and this was the first one out of 6 trainings. And next week, we have also a very, very important one, because then we are talking about closing and handling objection. So when I'm in the field, I got many, many times the questions, oh, Marcel, it is so difficult. How I'm doing a close when I'm talking with a prospect? So that's so difficult. What are the right questions I'm asking? And also they're saying, so, oh, it is so expensive. It is a pyramid. I don't have money at this moment. So what I'm doing that now, all these questions we will handle next week. And the training will be done by Yen Jules. And she is an amazing lady from Australia. She's also a member of the top 100 income earners worldwide. She built an incredible team. So really, be on this training also next week, and better invite more people from your team, because this is also again a very important subject next week. So closing and handling objection. So
Marcel, I
yeah.
see Bonita has a question, so maybe we can help her.
Ja,
kan ik het gewoon in het Nederlands zeggen of moet ik in
Absoluut.
het Engels praten?
Doe maar.
Absoluut.
zeg maar in het Nederlands, dan vertaal het wel.
Ga je het vertalen? Ik ben wel benieuwd hoe jullie je avatar hebben gevonden, want ik vind heel veel mensen interessant en ik vind een uitdaging om echt te zeggen van, ik ga me op die vrouw, ja, met vrouwen sowieso, maar welke type dus ik blijf daar...
Yes.
How?
Tim, let's, because
Yeah.
I think it's better to do everything in English. But okay, the question is, how did you find your avatar? How
Okay.
did you do that?
What comes through me in this moment is the best thing to define what you want is first making sure to be looking at what you don't want and eliminate that, and then like focusing day by day. So it's not like it will not be the final in the beginning. It was a little bit ambiguous also, but give yourself space to shorten it time by time with experience, with like stories you hear from other people. So don't make like a permanent, I tell this a lot, like don't make a permanent.
The only thing I know is just to find ambitious woman. That's it.
Yeah, beautiful.
What also I think, Bonita, is like it comes through experience with working with people with the isogenics, and then you're learning and you're feeling like, okay, with these people I love to work with these people I love less, and that's also okay, because not everyone is your type of people,
that's true.
kind of people. So like it comes within the months and within the years within being an isogenic, so it will change.
Okay, thank you.
Super that you asked this question. So let's see. Okay, I see another one. Are you going to promote collagen as a man? It's a super good product, but difficult as a man to approach a woman.
Okay, I think this is just a perspective of the things that you have done in this way. So it's so important, like the things you speak about. If you say it's difficult, you will get closed vision. So what I would do is like talk to people in this business who enrolled a lot of women, or you can talk to us, you can talk to Michael. And what we do is like come from our viewpoint. So what we do is like if first we promote it online, so people will get naturally flown to. So we promote before and afters from men or from women, which kind of people we want to attract. And then we just go into a conversation because we are really problem solving people. If people, I said it on the team training, if their life is perfect, that's okay. But we have to look for things that they are missing in their life. So if they're looking for collagen, there has to be something about nails, hair, skin, or joints or muscles. So go into a conversation and not just provide the solution if you don't know if they even have a problem. You can make them aware by posting or by doing the pros and the cons with collagen, and then you can naturally give them a solution. So conversation, and then you can go from there.
And see what's Michael Bokar doing. He's like promoting the collagen elixir also like almost every day, and it doesn't mind, in my opinion, it doesn't mind if it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Like, for example, we as a woman, we can also promote the AMP line, for example. There is no stamp on collagen, it's only for women, or a stamp on the AMP line, it's only for men. It's just what are we making up in our minds?
But Yuri, I think it's very normal to feel that, but just know that the power isn't within you, because you hear someone say that, and what you do is like, okay, that's true for me, but get some evidence that it's not true. So talk to Michael, talk to us, talk to Dominic, talk to everyone who is like successful in something, and follow that story, not the story from one person who is like just tried it for a month and then gave up. So what I would like to give you is like trust in yourself and use your power to get more of an empowered story.
And Therese, your question, like, yes, of course, that's real beautiful what you're saying. Like, if you see a woman and you're seeing that she is into beauty, what you can say is like, hey, just came across your page, I see you're into beauty. Have you ever heard of collagen elixir, or are you already using a marine collagen? So you can make like different questions about it, but just start the question, just start the conversation. Perfect.
Okay, one other one from Monica from Germany. How do you deal with partners who want to contact you all the time but are not available for you when you want to contact them?
Okay. First thing you have to do is give yourself grace for not having the perfect solution. So it will take some time before to know what is truthful for you, because what we will say is just our perspective, but what we see is like really go into conversation with the people we love and we care about. And I feel if you come from a good place and you tell your truth to them, like, this is triggering something in me, and then you go into a conversation, people often, if they are your people, they will understand your perspective, and then you can just adapt to the situation, because everyone is in different seasons. Maybe something is going on in her life or your life, and just be transparent. It's like a dance. A lot of people are like, I have to have boundaries, or it's a dance. With some people you can be a little bit more loose. Some people will take your arm if you give them a hand, but never abandon yourself, who you are as a person. So if you come from a place of love and you want to pour into other people, be that. Some people will take advantage, but that's okay. So always have grace for yourself for not like figuring it out right now. So just trust yourself, go into a conversation and work day by day and trusting yourself, because you have all the answers for it, I believe.
Okay, Ilse Tim, I saw another question.
I see Natalie because she's asking how to convince professionals that already have collagen, and it's
Yeah.
a very good question because we also get those answers when they say like, "Hey, I'm already selling a collagen in my salon." What I always say is like, "Hey, thank you for your message. So good to hear that. Are you open to add another one in your salon?" So I'm not saying like, hey, okay, no problem, doesn't mind. What I'm asking is like, hey, are you open to add another one? So with that, because if I wouldn't have asked, for example, a question like that, with that question, we started up a beauty salon in California in the US, and she became crystal manager. So if I would never have asked that question, we would never have started up a beauty salon in California. So just ask the question to add another one, and maybe they will cancel the other one and only sell collagen elixir time by time. You don't know.
And Ela, the people we contact, if they never reply, they go on a ghost list. So no, what we do is like people that commented once, they come into an Excel list, and then we follow them up in like 48 hours, a week, a month, and then 3 months. And after 3 months, if they don't reply, they come on a ghost list.
But that's something for follow-up because that's a whole other point.
But Ela, just know if you have questions, just reach out. We will be
just
happy.
send us a message, Ela. We will help you.
Okay, great, all people. So Ilse and Tim, thank you for this amazing training. So let's give them a hand for that, what they do, this amazing training. Thank you. And to all of you, next week, 8 o'clock, same place, same time, and then a very important subject. So prepare yourself and also all your team members, because this will also an amazing training. So thank you again. Have a great evening, and we see each other next week. Okay, thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.